This problem is from the Practice and Skills Workbook, page 135, problem number 5. Graph the rectangle J prime, K prime, L prime, and M prime, the image of rectangle JKLM, after a translation of 1 unit to the right and then 9 units up. Then they want you to find the area of each rectangle. And then the final question is it possible for the area of a figure to change after a translation? And then go ahead and explain that. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we need to go ahead and graph the image. So I'm going to take what they have right here. It says 1 unit to the right and then 9 units up. So I'm going to start off, let's start off with J right here. And we're going to go 9 units up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so that's 9 units up and then 1 unit to the right. So we'll shift over to the right. We're going to mark that. And let's label it J prime. Okay, we're going to do the same thing with the M. So we're going to go ahead and go up 9 units. So here's 7, there's 8 and 9, and then we're going to shift over to the right. And I'm going to mark that one. And we're going to label it M prime. Okay, our next one's going to be our K. So we'll go 9 units up. And then we're going to go 1 unit to the right. So we'll shift over to the right, 1 unit. And we will label that one. Call that one K prime. Next one's going to be our L. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go up 9 units. And then we're going to go to the right 1 unit. And we're going to label that as our L prime. And next thing we want to do is let's go ahead and let's make it into the rectangle. Be as careful as possible. Alright. And I'm going to go ahead and make the rectangle over here. And then we're going to make it go down. Okay, not quite a right angle. It should be a right angle. It's not quite working very well on my whiteboard. But this is a rectangle here. Okay, really important. They all have 90-degree angles. You'll be able to tell that. Okay, so this is part A. So we're done with that. Now it says find the area of each rectangle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look. We'll start with the pre-image. And if you remember back earlier in the year, we talked about the area of a rectangle. And basically, to find the area of a rectangle, you're going to take the length, you're going to multiply it by the width. Okay, so I'm going to take a look at our rectangle, and our length is going to be this distance right here. So this is 3, there's 4, 5, 6, and 7. So our length is 7 units. They don't give us our units, so actually they say units, so we'll put a little U for units. And then our width is this distance right here. So we'll say W equals 1, 2, 3, 4 units. So we're just going to go ahead and put that into our formula. So it's going to be 7 units. Multiply that with 4 units. And we're going to end up with 28 units squared. And they said find the area of each rectangle. Well, if I go over to the actual image and I do the same thing and I count over, I will count over 7 just like the one underneath it. So it's 7 units over. And then on this side over here, our width is also going to be 4 units. And if you put those two in there, you would end up with the exact same answer as what you have right here. So find the area of each rectangle. So let's write that down. So my first one is going to be my J, K, M, L. So there's my rectangle. And that area is going to be equal to 28 units squared, and then J prime, K prime, M prime, and L prime, that one's going to be equal to 28 units squared. Okay, and then the question that's asked over here for C, it says, is it possible for the area of a figure to change after it is translated? Explain. Okay, well, if we go ahead and we take a look at our image, our pre-image, and we do the translation over to our image, what you're going to notice that the sides and the angles have remained the same. So they are congruent. So these two are congruent to each other. The sides are the same. It doesn't change. And the angles are actually the same or congruent to each other. Since the sides are the same and the angles are the same, then the area is going to also remain the same. So is it possible for the area figure to change after it's translated? No. Explain. Because we could say J, K, M, L is going to be congruent. I'll use a congruent symbol to J prime, K prime, M prime, or L prime. Now, you don't have to go ahead and use this notation if you just say no because the two rectangles are the same or they're congruent. I'd be okay with that. That should be it.